back to her brilliant best. At other times, it all got a little nervy for Fernandez, but I tell you what, she'd have taken that at the start of the match, a straight sets win against a tough opponent in Alexandra Eala. First set, on fire. Second,
on 5-2, you're playing an absolute perfect match, and suddenly you're down love 30 at 5-4. What changed?
Honestly, it's what my coach told me. I'd love 30, 5-4. He said, you know, she's not gonna go down easy, as you can see. So she's gonna fight. You're gonna have to take the match. So I was glad that I trusted him, and I just trusted the training that we've done. So happy to get the win here.
Overall, I thought you played an absolutely terrific match. How would you rate your performance from 1 to 10?
Oh, it was definitely a very, very high performance. I'd say a 7 out of 10. It was 8, 9 out of 10 until the 6-1-5-2. But, you know, there's always that little lapse of concentration. I'm just glad that I stayed positive as much as possible. And, of course, the crowd helped me. So, Dankeschön.
You are a lefty. She's a lefty. You were playing in blue. She was playing in blue. You like to play fast. She likes to play fast. Was it almost like playing a mirror image of yourself?
Oh man, 100%. I mean, I remember watching her play a couple years back at the Rafa Nadal Academy, and she was playing super fast. And I remember telling my coach at the time, saying like, "Wow, she plays quick." Yeah. So it was like a mirror, because he said, "Look, it's exactly like you. So just enjoy, figure it out, and have fun."
We're talking about playing fast. Are you somebody that likes to do things fast on the court or generally in life?
Stop whatever you're doing for a second, because this isn't just another tennis match recap. This is one of those moments that sticks with you long after the final point is played. It started like any other match on paper, just another day at a high-level tournament, another name in the draw, another opponent across the net. But what unfolded was something far deeper, something raw, something that exposed the real heart of professional tennis. And at the center of it all was Alex. Not just a young player trying to win a match, but a competitor carrying expectations, pressure, and a quiet belief that she belonged on that stage. At first, everything felt almost routine. The crowd settled in, the rhythm of the match began, and across the net stood a player who wasn't there to give anything away cheaply. From the opening games, you could sense the intensity. Every rally had weight. Every shot demanded precision. And while the scoreboard might later tell a simple story, what was happening between those lines was anything but simple. Alex came in knowing this wouldn't be easy. You could see it in the way she moved, the way she tried to find her timing early. But tennis has a way of exposing even the smallest hesitation. Her opponent came out sharp, aggressive, taking time away, forcing Alex into uncomfortable positions almost immediately. Points were short when they needed to be, long when they had to be, and slowly, almost quietly, the pressure began to build. The first set slipped away faster than anyone expected. It wasn't just about losing games, it was about struggling to find any kind of rhythm. Every time Alex tried to settle, another wave came. Another return fired deep. Another rally pushed her just a step too far. And before she could fully adjust, the set was gone. But here's the thing about tennis. Matches don't end with one set. And neither do stories. Because what matters most is what happens next. The second set began with a different kind of energy. Not necessarily dominance, not a sudden turnaround, but something more subtle. A willingness to fight. Alex started to dig in, extending rallies, trying to disrupt the flow that had been so comfortable for her opponent earlier. There were moments, small ones, but meaningful, where you could see glimpses of what she's capable of. A clean winner down the line. A well-timed return. A point constructed with patience instead of panic. And for a brief stretch, it felt like maybe, just maybe, the match could shift. But tennis doesn't reward almost. It demands execution over and over again. And just when it seemed like Alex might find a way back, the match tightened. The scoreline crept to a dangerous place. 5-2. Then 5-4. And suddenly, everything changed. This is where the real battle began, not between two players, but inside Alex herself. Because being down at that stage, especially after fighting to stay alive, does something to you. It tests your belief. It challenges your focus. It forces you to confront every doubt that tries to creep in. And when the score hit that critical moment, love 30 while trying to stay in the match, you could feel the tension, not just in the stadium, but in every movement she made. Later, she would talk about that exact moment. About what her coach told her. About the reminder that nothing would come easy, that the match wouldn't just be handed over, that she would have to take it. And that's the part people often overlook. Winning at this level isn't about waiting for your opponent to fade. It's about stepping forward and claiming it, even when everything inside you is shaking. Alex tried. You could see it. She pushed through those points with everything she had. She trusted the work she had put in, the hours on the practice court, the repetition, the discipline. And for a moment, it held. But tennis can be unforgiving in the smallest margins. A missed first serve here. A slightly late reaction there. And against an opponent who knows how to capitalize, that's all it takes. The match slipped away. Not dramatically. Not suddenly. But in that slow, almost painful way where you can feel it happening before it's officially over. And then came the moment that everyone would remember. The cameras zoomed in, as they always do, searching for emotion. And they found it. Alex, standing there, trying to process everything. The effort. The frustration. The realization that despite everything she gave, it wasn't enough this time. And the tears came. Not as a sign of weakness, but as something far more human. Because when you strip away the rankings, the stats, the expectations, what you're left with is a person who cares deeply about what they are doing. Someone who invests everything into moments like this. And when it doesn't go your way, it hurts. It really hurts. What makes this even more intense is the nature of tennis itself. There's no hiding out there. No teammates to lean on. No substitutions. No timeout where someone else can step in and shift the momentum. It's just you. Every mistake is yours. Every missed opportunity stays with you. And when things start slipping, you have to find a way to stop it on your own. That's a different kind of pressure. The kind that doesn't just test your skill, but your mental strength, your resilience, your ability to keep going even when everything feels like it's falling apart. And on the other side of the net, there's no pause for sympathy. Because at this level, everyone is fighting their own battles. Her opponent didn't let up. She couldn't. Not because she lacked compassion, but because this is what competition demands. You play the ball in front of you. You take the chances you're given. You close the match when the opportunity is there. That's how you survive. That's how you win. And that's exactly what happened. When it was over, the scoreboard told a clear story. A straight sets victory. A strong performance. Progress to the next round. But that's only part of the truth. Because the real story lives in the moments between those points. In the struggle, the adjustments, the fight, and yes, even the tears. After the match, when Alex spoke about her performance, there was honesty in her words. She didn't pretend it was perfect. She didn't exaggerate. She rated herself with a kind of calm awareness that only comes from understanding your own game. A 7 out of 10, she said. Maybe higher at certain points, but still room to grow. And that says everything about where she is right now. This isn't the end of a journey. It's a step in it. A difficult one, sure, but also a necessary one. Because every player who reaches the top has moments like this. Moments where things don't go their way. Moments where they are forced to confront their weaknesses. Moments that push them to either break or come back stronger. And if you look closely, you can already see what this could become for Alex. This isn't just a loss. It's information. It's experience. It's a lesso that no practice session can fully replicate. The speed of the game, the pressure of the stage, the emotional intensity, these are things you have to live through to understand. And now she has. There was also something almost surreal about the matchup itself. Two players with similar styles. Both are left-handed. Both are playing fast. Both are comfortable taking the ball early. It was like looking into a mirror, she said. And maybe that's what made it even more challenging. Because when you're facing someone who reflects your own game, the differences become even more important. The small adjustments. The decision-making. The ability to stay one step ahead. That's where matches like this are decided. And this time, those details went the other way. But here's the part that really matters. What happens next? Because in tennis, you don't get to sit with a loss for too long. There's always another match, another tournament, another chance to step back out there and prove something to yourself more than anyone else. And if history tells us anything, it's that players who go through moments like this often come back with something new. A sharper edge. A deeper understanding. A stronger mindset. Alex isn't defined by this match. She's shaped by it. Every tough rally, every missed opportunity, every emotional moment, it all becomes part of the foundation she's building. And one day, when she's standing on a bigger stage, in an even more intense match, these experiences will matter. They'll be the difference between hesitation and confidence. Between doubt and belief. So yeah, this was a hard one to watch. It wasn't easy. It wasn't comfortable. But it was real. And sometimes, those are the moments that matter the most. Because they remind us that behind every highlight, every victory, every trophy, there's a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and growth. And this was one of those chapters. Not the ending. Not even close. Just a moment in a much bigger story that's still being written.